Mala is my little baby, my daughter.
Is she the little baby of the Tejwani family?
I've known Mala for, I don't know, a little bit over 20 years, I would say. Almost that long. I've known Sandeep for pretty much ever since Mala and Sandeep have been going out and dating and whatnot.
I met Mala Tejwani in 2006 when she auditioned for my company, NDM Bollywood Dance Productions, and with her exuberant talent, she blew us all away. And it was such an honor having Mala be part of our company for so many years.
I know Sandeep. I am one of his best men. I met him through Tejas and went to high school with him.
What some of you may not know is that the love between Mala and what I think is her true soulmate, Sandeep, began here at NDM. So let me take you back just a wee bit. There were some rumors that Mala and Sandeep had some kind of connection. And I'm not talking about the on-dance chemistry connection, which undoubtedly they had. But there was this off-stage, out of the dance studio connection that I was hearing about. Nonetheless, they were both professionals, and I knew that it was innocent and there was nothing to really worry about, and there really wasn't anything to worry about. Mala and Sandeep did the most professional thing that I will always remember, which is when Sandeep joined NDM and had his great run with us and decided to move on. He called me and he said, well, I just want you to know that I'm hoping that you're okay with this, but I'm wanting to take things to the next level with Mala. We have a liking for each other, and we really think that there's something there, but just haven't been able to explore it because of, keeping the integrity of what we're doing here at NDM, which is just dancing. And I was really taken back because I felt that was a very gentleman thing to do.
Sandeep and I met each other at NDM. We were leads in a dance together.
Technically, we met before that, but she chooses this point in the meeting. Sure, continue.
I didn't remember meeting before, but I remember I had just come back from Cirque du Soleil. I thought I was a real cool guy, and Nakul put us in a dance together, and I was a little upset. I was like, who's this new person? I'm amazing. And thank you, Nakul, for keeping us together. And we were leads in this dance. The love song was Tum Jo Aaye. Mm-hmm. And we instantly became really good friends. He became my favorite partner at NDM because he still smelled so good, even after sweating. So we'd be sweating, we're intimate, we're dancing, and yet he still smelled like Axe body spray.
Okay, well, no, first off. I stopped using that maybe sophomore year of college, all right? So that was at least a cool 2 years before this, but yeah, some offshoot of that.
But he still smelled so good. So when we first met each other, neither of us thought it was forever.
Yeah.
Or I didn't. Did you?
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah, she came off as authoritative, to put it kindly.
So Sandeep is a very even-keeled, calm individual. It's very difficult to get him riled up. But the one thing that could ever do that are the Broncos. They are a football team, for people that don't know. They're based out of Denver. And within the 3.5-hour time period that a game is on, I have seen Sandeep's emotions go from the highest of high to the lowest of low, where he is shouting, he is excited, he's sad, he's mad. And I think just that sense of emotion is very rare to see from him. And so I very specifically planned for us to spend the Super Bowl, where the Broncos were in the Super Bowl in 2016, with my parents so that they could finally have exposure to this individual who they've always seen be calm, actually see this array of emotion. And sometimes I'll Snapchat when I can secretly. But that's really that's a moment not a lot of people get to see, but it's a moment where he is flooded with different sort of emotions that is just really fun to watch.
She loves cleaning, and she specifically loves vacuuming. And she loves vacuuming with our loud ass vacuum constantly at, sometimes questionably early hours of the day on weekends. And she probably thinks that annoys the hell out of me. But I'd argue that that's one of those things that brings a smile to my face and makes me realize that this is the Mala that I fell in love with, because it all goes back to how much she cares about those little things. And to see her still be the same through all those years and through changes and, our dynamic changing through the years is just really cool. And it's actually those things that I find that I hold more dear and bring more of a smile to my face than maybe some of the other gestures necessarily. So it's not really grand gestures that I look for. It's kind of the small things that she does every day, whether it's vacuuming or sweeping or something like that, or even asking me to do things for her, which just brings a smile to my face. Something like, can you check me into my flight? It's such a simple thing to do for someone else, but the fact that she can still rely on me to do, whether it's the small things or the big things, are really what counts.
What stands out to me about my sister is she has a no-nonsense approach to life. So she's not somebody that buckles down from a challenge. She just tries to step up her game.
She truly is a diamond in a bunch. She's super hardworking. When she puts her mind to something, she goes out and gets it. Obviously, she's very accomplished, and she's done it all by herself, through the teachings and the values and the morals and whatnot that her parents instilled in her. But bottom line, the one thing that I love about her is no matter how high she gets, she continues to stay grounded to the level that you cannot even imagine. Her heart is big, she is caring, she's loving, and she never forgets where she comes from.
Very dependable, courageous. Did you finish the rest?
Smart, intelligent.
Good
Hey,
looking,
she-
good looking.
Of course, after mother. But she works for Google, so she has to be smart.
You do.
Yeah.
When I first met Sandeep, to be honest, I thought he was a little awkward. He was a little shy and almost like a little boy. Not say very much, but just be more introverted to himself. But as I've gotten to know him, I really love him and I care a lot about him. He's a really genuine and nice person.
The first time I met Mala with Sandeep as a couple was at El Torito Grill in the Valley. Let's just say there are an abundance of margarita pitchers that were involved, and we were very surprised of how fun and how much she fit in, which was just scary for us. It was like any building we were in together, we would most likely burn it down.
When Mala and Sandeep fight, Mala, of course, she wins.
Oh, Mala. Mala definitely wins every fight. So, mostly because Sandeep's a smart man. And yeah. I'll leave it there.
It may look like it's Mala, but we might not know what happens behind closed doors. But she's definitely more vocal.
I think Sandeep's a guy, he doesn't care as much, so he picks his spots. So he usually probably gives in quicker, but then when Sandeep really cares about something and they'll fight about the randomest stuff.
Between Mala and Sandeep, who normally wins a fight?
Mala, for sure.
Very interesting question, because I would say Sandeep. But the only reason I would say Sandeep is because he wins at a different level. He's a little bit of a higher level. He understands what's going on. Mala gets into the moment, she gets into the heat, and she wins that little battle, but Sandeep ends up winning the war.
Very true.
Yeah, that's probably me.
Probably Sandeep.
See how she can't even say the word sorry? That kind of goes towards this whole thing, right?
I think
Yikes.
I'm pretty sure Sandeep says I'm sorry first.
Mala used to cook like decades ago, but Sandeep, of course, is the best chef.
I think Google spoiled Mala
I think
from
so
food
too.
and cooking.
Yeah. And of course, her mother spoils her too.
That's true.
Sandeep.
Gotta go with my lady. It's Sandeep, hands down. I don't even know if Mala can cook, to be honest.
She knows how to boil
I
eggs.
guess, I guess one day we'll find out.
Learn.
I don't even think she knows how to do that.
No,
was
now she
texting
does. No,
Sandeep
no,
asking
no.
him how to peel the egg, or how long to boil it, or what to boil it in. Who doesn't know that?
You know.
I think Sandeep is a better cook between the two of them.
I know Sandeep's a better cook between the two of them. But the
That's
trick,
true. I haven't really experienced.
But the truth is that Mala is a really good cook, but she pretends not to. So Sandeep always has to do it.
Oh. Okay, I've never had Mala or Sandeep cook for me. But now that you bring it up, we're definitely going to have a cook-off. So this question has just prompted an event, which I will be looking forward to. I'm going to be happy to judge.
He cooks most of our meals, as I'm sure you've heard from this video. He makes a really good steak. So he makes really good steak with potatoes and asparagus or some sort of vegetable. But we're trying to be skinny for the wedding. So it's a lot of tilapia and asparagus, most recently.
The better dancer between Mala and Sandeep is Mala.
The better dancer between Sandeep and Mala is... I'm not going to choose one because I think everybody
It's a
has their
cop-out.
own
It's a cop-out.
strengths. I think
She
Mala's...
thinks it's Mala too.
I think Mala is definitely very well rehearsed in her steps. She knows how to perform for the crowd. But I think Sandeep is the underdog. I know because I danced with him once. And in practice, that little man... He did not go all out at all. He was just like, just doing his moves nonchalantly. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. You know, I definitely have more experience than this kid. Then when we performed at our friend Diana's wedding, he just went all out, and I was so shocked. So I think he's the underdog. So a lot of times he's quiet, keeps to himself, but he is a really good dancer.
Mala.
Okay, so for me, better dancer, female version Mala is, and male version Sandeep is.
What a diplomatic answer. Oh my God.
I will be a little biased, Sandeep, because I'm a big fan of Samantha, and for our wedding, they did a performance, and he did like my all-time favorite song, which just it tops everything. So yes, Sandeep.
Who's a better dancer? I'm sorry, Sandeep. Mala's way better than you, bro.
I would say Mala is definitely the better dancer. Ugh, that's hard. Yeah, I think Mala's a better dancer. Sorry, Sandeep.
Mala or Sandeep? Mala! I mean, come on! I mean, first of all, I know both of them. So, but for this party, sorry Sandeep, but hum dulhan wale hain.
I would tell Sandeep that I love you, and thank you for dealing with me and accepting me for who I am. And more importantly, we've spent years together and years being best friends, and this is just a big day to spend with our family and our friends, and just to continue our journey through life, supporting each other, loving each other, and compromising, communicating, and trusting that the decisions that we make are for us together as a team. Because we are a team. Just like the Broncos are a team, they have to play together to win. We have to play together to win as well.
Well, day of. Okay, so we are at the Sangeet, and you're probably stressed like no other because the wedding is in less than 48 hours. So the biggest thing I can tell you right now is enjoy this moment. This Sangeet is one small event over the course of this next 72 hours that really just encapsulates the beginning of a next phase in our life. And I want you to kind of just sit back, relax, enjoy this moment. Don't worry about it. The drinks will keep flowing. The food will keep getting served. The dances will happen without any problems. That's now, that's on the day of the wedding, that's throughout this weekend and every weekend forever, is that things will happen as they're meant to happen, and that you should just enjoy the moments as you take them in. This one included. So, my biggest thing to you is I love you. This is just one moment that we're going to spend that will be there for the rest of our lives, and one in many. So I want you to enjoy this moment, enjoy this time, and really just think about how much love and support you have from all these people sitting around you, all the friends, family that have come from all over the country, all over the world to come see you and celebrate with you, really. So enjoy that moment. It's fleeting. It's only going to be there for a little bit, so please enjoy it while you can.